Okay, now it's time to discuss about the Next.js API routes. So API routes are very handy, and let's discuss something about that. So in Next.js API routes provide a simple way to create server-side API that can be accessed from your front-end application or any external service. These routes allow you to create serverless functions that handle HTTP requests without needing separate server like Express. So in the MERN stack or Node.js Express, we need to create separate server, but here everything is serverless and built in. It ships along with the Next.js when you install it by default. They are defined under the page API directory or app API directory if you're using 13 plus the app directory structure. An API route is Next.js, essentially JavaScript or TypeScript file that exports a function which handles incoming request and sends back to response. API routes can handle various HTTP methods such as get, post, put, delete, and more. Benefits of API routes. So it's serverless. Okay. Backend logic without extra setup. So we don't need separate backend logics. So API routes in Next.js are serverless functions by default. This means they are automatically scaled by your hosting provider such as Vercel without you not worry about managing servers or infrastructure. They only run when invoked, which saves resources. Backend logic without extra setup. With the API routes, you can write a backend logic right alongside your front end code without the need for a separate backend server like Express or Node.js. This simplifies development and deployment. Environment specific logic. You can securely handle environment specific logics like reading from environment variables or interacting with third-party service. For example, you can use API routes for perform authentication, access external APIs, handle from submission, read-write database. Full stack in on framework. API routes make Next.js full stack frameworks, allowing you to handle both the client and server logic in one place. This reduces complexity and make it easier to build and manage project. Middleware and authentication. You can use middleware to handle tasks such as authentication, data validation, and logging. For example, you can protect API routes by checking the valid token in the request headers. Built-in CORS support. API routes in Next.js have built-in support for cross-region resource sharing. You can easily configure CORS headers based on the request. But if you use MERN stack, you have to handle separately the CORS request. Next.js API routes are a powerful feature that allows you to create serverless function with ease. They offer scalability, simplicity, and seamless integration into a Next.js application without needing separate backend server. Whether it is handling from submissions, fetching data from external APIs, or interacting with database, API routes make Next.js full stack frameworks for building modern web application. So these are the benefits and some features. So let's do it practically. So do it practically. What you need in the app, you need to declare API, okay, and create the first API like hello. This is the convention and use route.ts, okay. So here create export async function, say get return next response dot json message congrats This is your first API. Let's check through the browser. Localhost API. Hello. Done. Congrats. You can check it by the Postman also. So go to the Postman. As it is GET request, all the GET request you can check through browser, but you can check the Postman also. Okay, so copy the API out, GET request. Yeah, you can see. Congrats, this is your first API routes. Thank you very much. From the next tutorial, we'll work more detail on the API routes. Okay, see you soon. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. It is going to be an A to Z journey to covering Next.js. Thank you very much.